Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated Heaven and welcome back to Truck and Logistics Simulator. I've been playing the game for, maybe an hour and a half or so off camera, and I already upgraded to this transit van thing, which has been kind of cool. Let me show you the interior. It's actually been pretty nice driving around in this thing. It's a nice upgrade from the basic vehicle. However, now I've been grinding for long enough that I have 67,000, so that should be enough for me to buy a truck. So finally I can buy a truck. This one is 66,000, so I literally have just enough money for that. So let's purchase. Here we go. So we now have, oh no, we're in the screen and we can purchase. Actually, before I purchase, yeah, this one is a lot more expensive, but this one is for another style of delivery. So I'm interested to see how this goes now that I'll finally have a big truck. I mean, this game is, slightly grindy. It's not too bad, but it is a little bit grindy. I don't really need to change anything apart from the colour, really. Let's do random colour until we find one we like. What do we... Ooh, blue's quite nice. Should I go for blue? Yeah, maybe not. Green. Light blue. Ooh, I quite like that colour. Like an orangey yellow colour. Okay, let's do that. So, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how this is. Because finally, we'll be in a truck which is more like the kind of truck you would drive in Truck Simulator. So let's have a look. I mean, Euro Truck Simulator. Ooh, you know what? That's not too bad. In fact, it does look very similar to the modelling on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Maybe, the quality's not quite as good. It's a little bit, you can see some angled polygons more than on Euro Truck Simulator 2. But to be fair, it's pretty good. Okay. So let's go pick up a job. Now, I'm interested to see when I pick up a job. And one annoying thing about this game is every time you buy a new truck, it'll be out of petrol. You see, it's virtually out of petrol already. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, go buy petrol, because I see there's a petrol station over here. But, yeah. And also I've worked out that you can basically ignore all of the traffic lights in this game, right? So if you just basically ignore the traffic lights, you won't get penalised in any way for running a red light, is what I'm trying to say. Which is, a little bit funny, really. Oh, it's hard to see properly. And yeah, and the AI is kind of pretty awful in this game as well, because quite a few times... Are we on the right thing? Here we go, refueling it. This is going to cost... Actually, have I got enough money after buying the truck? That's a good point. I think I should be fine. There we go. Your tank is full. Great. The sound is also pretty good. I mean, sounds relatively like a truck, doesn't it, I suppose? Right, let's go pick up a job. And I'll be interested to see what I'm going to earn for a job in this. Because hopefully, even with the panel van thing, it was a little bit slow going, really. And the thing is, this map is not the biggest, so you end up just driving similar routes again and again. However, it's quite interesting. Quite soon after I did that last video on this game, they did an update and said they're in the process of increasing the size of the map and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I have to say, you do get a slight bump in earnings, but this is not anything too crazy, really. I mean, I'm going to earn just under 11 for doing this, whereas before I was earning like 7, 8 with the panel van. Well, somewhere between 6, 7, or occasionally 8. So yeah, it's not really a massive increase. Anyway, let's see what kind of forklift. Okay, so it's the same kind of forklift, I think. So we need to go pick up our stuff. Ooh, interesting. So it's kind of... Oh, so this is kind of cool, though. It's in, like, a truck logistics area. That's cool. Do I have to... Wow, so I have to pack all of this? Okay, that's quite a lot of work, isn't it, bro? Oops, it would help if I had this lower, wouldn't it? All of this? Really? I don't even think all of this will fit in there, man. Okay. Now, with certain other jobs I've seen, for example, if you had a regular, an articulated lorry, for example, you can then do things like the container, the metal containers that you would find in a container ship. Whoops. So, you know, and then when you do that, the type of... Ooh, there you go, there it goes. The type of forklift you would use, actually you would use some kind of a crane, you know, with an articulated arm or something. So that would be kind of cool to get to that level. So, yeah. Now, to be fair, this is pretty similar to what I was doing with the panel van, but just obviously with more items. Looks like I probably only have to put 3 in, do I? I mean, it will say, I mean, this game is pretty good at telling you what you have to do. Usually, anyway. But yeah, it is kind of cool that you're in like a logistics center and everything. Oh yeah, so there you go. This is the second of 3, basically. Cool. One more to go. And like I said in the last video, I kind of like how it's not that painful, you know. Doing the forklift stuff, it doesn't feel too painful, too arduous, if I can speak. Because that's the problem I had with the construction simulator game. This stuff felt a bit annoying, to say the least. Okay, so do I have to put this one up? No, I don't think so. I was wondering if I have to put it up. No, it will fit in. There you go. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. And that'll be us. And then we can start driving. That's kind of cool. What? We have to do... Oh, because there's 2. Holy moly, there's 2. I didn't realise. There's like an extra trailer. So we're going to be towing an extra trailer. Okay, so that's going to be interesting. See if I can drive that thing. Especially with the AI. Like I was saying, the AI in this game is a bit wonky, to say the least. They will just pull out right in front of you. Like I've been on the highway a few times, on the motorway, and someone has basically pulled out right in front of me, which has led me to crash into them. But the other thing is, I noticed this game doesn't really penalise you for crashes that badly. I mean, I've had a few of those examples where the AI is basically badly got in the way. I've crashed into them at quite speed, but the game doesn't really seem to penalise you too much. You will just basically lose a few €100 or, you know, a few hundred credits from the delivery thing, and that's about it. Oh, is that enough? I think it is. Yep. Is it? There we go. Last one, I think. Da, 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 da. So I suppose with the game in the current state, I'll probably do one more video after this. I'll try to grind up to get a different style of lorry or something where I can show you a different vehicle, you know, a different loading style, if you know what I mean. Okay, this is going to be interesting to take this thing. Because this is going to be a long truck, isn't it? With this on the back. But yeah, and then after that, which way am I going? Left. After that, if they do update the map and it's interesting enough to warrant a new video, then later on I'll probably do that as well. But in the current state of the game, whoa, that is some horn I got there, isn't it? Oh, this is going to be tricky with this in the way. Here we go. Here we go. Don't crash. Oh, it's alright. He's getting out of the way. No worries. Whoop. Now, of course, I'm still using my... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. It's okay. I'm still using my Steam controller. I'm going to go this way so I don't have to stop. Oh, and then as soon as I do that, of course, the red lights have turned green. So perfect. Which way am I? Oh yeah, it is this way. And I'm all over the road here. So this is highly realistic, isn't it? Driving all over the road. Okay, I think we're out of town, pretty much. Are we going that way? No. We're going up on the motorway. Yay! It's getting dark as well. Let's go into first person view. I actually have been using... Oh, and I need to put on my mirrors. I've actually been using first person more. Oh, come on, don't crash into me, dude. Oh, I just pulled out in time. Yeah, I've been using first person more, actually, recently, because I find, first of all, with the higher value vehicles, you can see that the interior is like way more interesting, isn't it? And as well as that, it's actually a bit easier for you to drive. I mean, it isn't easy if you're driving in town, because you can't really see things around you that well, especially when you're trying to see where to park up your delivery. But I find when I'm on the motorway, I quite like using first person view. Let's overtake some people. Oh, and I bet as soon as I start overtaking, we'll have to turn off, won't we? Are we turning off here? I think we are. Let's indicate and be all professional. And yeah, I mean, obviously I've been using the Steam controller the whole time. See that? Wrong way. It's okay, actually. I can just go straight on. But yeah, that's another thing about this game. I do find that the sat-nav is sometimes a little bit hard to follow. Because you kind of... some of the roads are really close together. And, it can seem a bit hard. Nothing coming. Let's go. To accurately end up, on the right road. Okay, so I think we are finally on the right road. That's good. And yeah, like the old Steam controller and this game seem to get on pretty well, actually. And yeah, you kind of get used to it. It's not too bad. I think I've improved my steering inputs so they're not quite as janky as before, although certainly not perfect. I also like in this game how it does actually get really dark. It's like realistically dark. You know how there's quite a lot of other games out there that just basically make it pretend dark but not really that dark. Now I hope that trailer's okay at the back because it's quite long, isn't it, this thing? Oh, I gotta go slowly up here because I've got a massive trailer behind me. See, look, I'm a pro driver. Here we go. I've been over this bridge many times. You see that? Oh, the AI, they just like to pull out of junctions like randomly. So that's why quite often I like to be over on the left side, even if I don't have to be. If there's a junction that's feeding into the motorway, I like to stay on the old left side because, yeah, the AI is a bit funny. And it has that thing where in the distance you'll see that the AI like smash into each other, and then both of the vehicles will just vanish from the game by the time that you arrive there. It's kind of funny. It has that like janky AI feeling to it. So okay, and one other thing I would really like in this game is if on the the sat nav if it said something about how much further that you have to go, because that's something that they like to do in Euro Truck Simulator 2 and all that, and I think it's really helpful if you know how much further that you have to go, because it can be a bit weird when you have no idea. I mean, most of the journeys in this that I have done are not really that long. The longest ones probably only take you, I don't know, like 10 to 15 minutes at most. They're really not long. Like I said before, like the map in this game is not the biggest. The map in this game is certainly not the biggest. So I would say that is the biggest reason why this maybe is not such a big alternative to Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator, because those games have got a massive map in comparison. Why doesn't he have his lights on? Mate, put your lights on. There you go. Oh, steady, steady. Ooh. We don't want it. We don't want our truck jackknifing all over the place, do we? If we can help it. But yeah, I mean, if the map was a bit larger and more varied, I think I would be happy to spend more time in this game. I mean, I do actually find the game fairly interesting, but yeah, they just need to have a bigger map, really, because you know, like I said, whoa, did I just slightly crash that guy? Sorry, mate. Because you end up just driving similar routes, like again and again, which, you know, gets slightly tedious after a while. Whoops. The moon, in the light of the moon. I'm doing a delivery in the light of the moon. Yeah, I don't think anything's coming, but I bet as soon as I pull out, something flies up on me. That is always the way. Okay, let's go into exterior view, because like I said, whoops, I find it quite hard when I'm in a built-up area to use the interior view very well. Okay. Oh, are we going down here? No. I think it's the next right here. Because that's an error that I did in my last video, isn't it? I think that might even be the same corner that I made the mistake on in my last video on this game, where I ended up at the mouth of a tunnel that was closed off. Here we go. Not far to go, I think, now. So I will be interested to find out if any of you guys have tried this game and how you feel about it. I think someone was saying that this game is like 18 English pounds, maybe like just over 20 US, that kind of thing. Oh, I think I went the wrong way, actually. Haha, too much talking again. Okay, I think we're going this way, a bit more up before we go right. Yeah, and for that kind of money, I suppose, unlike Euro Truck Simulator, you don't need to buy all like DLC. But on the other hand, obviously, the map. I mean, I would say that obviously even the base map that you get with Euro Truck Simulator 2 must be larger than this one. So yeah, for most, like I said in the last video, for most people, they probably would choose Euro Truck Simulator 2 over this game, frankly. I mean, okay, this is going to be interesting, trying to reverse this thing. It's kind of hard reversing with the controller. Right, let's give it a go. I just have to go really slowly, I think. Oh, it's not going too badly. Famous last words. There we go. I am a professional reverser. Look at this. Perfect. Okay, so we just got just under 11,000. That's not too bad. We did have a slight crash, and you see it has deducted minus 15 for that slight crash I had. But yeah, like I said earlier, this game doesn't really penalise you that heavily for having a crash. So anyway, that was just a quick update on this game, just to show you that I'm now in a larger truck, and like I said earlier, I will see if I can upgrade to a larger or like a different articulated truck or something where I can show you another loading style in this game. But that might take me a while, because I thought that with this larger truck with much larger loads, I kind of expected I'd be earning a bit more than this. I mean, like I said, with the panel van, I mean, I suppose I am earning pretty much double what I was earning with the panel van, but I would have thought that it would have been a bit more than that. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and hopefully, as always, I might just see you in the next one.